So yeah, Bitcoin. Super rally though, like let's not kid ourselves. This has been a super rally. Now we're having a bit of a pullback, and I expect that Bitcoin will continue higher. We're in between though daily moving averages. So for me, between the daily 20 and the 50 is a kind of, when they're sideways, it's not a trend yet. So we're not in an uptrend yet, but we're not in a downtrend anymore. I think if we see a daily close back below that 20 moving average, which at the moment is at 7,597, then we will see a bigger correction lower than people are expecting. So I'm going to lean, okay, because sentiment has been so bearish, I'm going to lean to bullish, or lean to at least a little higher. But I'm open to the fact that it may fail, and I'm prepared for that. So let's just say I'm tentatively bullish. When I look at lower time frames, for me, I can count, 5 waves up here. I can count 5 waves up here. And so I see this just as a shallow pullback, and I'm looking for sort of 7,680 around there to find support and try again at turning higher. And I think that we see another leg higher. My first fib target, if we go back to the daily, is the big 236 from the highs to the lows that we did. So from December high to the low that we made in February, I'm looking for around 9273, maybe a little bit higher, and the daily 200 moving average. I think that we revisit the daily 200 moving average after a pullback, and then we'll decide there. So obviously this is a bit messy with charts at the moment, but yes, this is sideways. So around 7,600, let's see if we can find some support this week and turn higher again. In fact, if everybody says, oh, this is bearish and is looking for it to turn higher, then so that's Bitcoin. If you really want a hard number on it, then I'm doing like 382, the 38.2 fib from this high to the low. Let's mark that. 7,670 and the 4-hour 200 moving average. But that's what I'm looking at. What about the death cross? Let's go back to your daily. Well, the death cross happened. Look, the 200, both of the daily moving averages that I look at, which is the 20 and the 50, have been pulled under the 200 moving average. So, that 50 under the 200 for me is a death cross, but it's only valid if you go back and to test those moving averages and fail. So could we fail from here and turn lower? Yeah, we could. Like, we could have all been suckered in. This is just one of those bear market rallies, and we could be heading lower. But when I look at the scale of the other bounces that we've had, this one, for example, we're about at the same. Well, not quite. Yeah, no, we could turn lower from here. I'm open to it. But as for me, I think if we stay above 7,600, then there's a good chance that we continue higher. I think that this rally has put the shorts on notice, and a lot of them are bailing. Russ says, what about the 2014-2015 time frame looking very similar? Well, that's fine. It does look very similar, but there's this rule. It's not a rule, is it? There's a thing of alternation. Let's put some log scale on. There's that alternation thing that says that it shouldn't look that similar, but yes. But here's what we did, and this is my weekly chart of 2015. Okay, in 2015, we came back and we tested the daily 50, the weekly 50 moving average. We had a significant bounce from that 50 moving average on the weekly, at least sort of 50% of the drop before we rolled over again. So if we do that here and we bounce from the 50 moving average and we rally at least sort of 50% of the drop, then we're going to be looking at where my bull bar line is, and 13,000. And 50% of the drop is a very common place for the market to go back to and try and have a go at and fail. And so that's 12,900, 13,000. So, these moving averages on the weekly are still lined up bullish, and a bounce off the 50 moving average should have some momentum. So I think 50% of stocks and RSI. Dean says we can't go lower from here because he missed the rally. A lot of people did miss the rally. A lot of people were shocked by the rally, and a lot of people got squeezed out of their shorts. Have we gone high enough for them to re-establish their shorts yet, or are we going to go back to these prior highs? I'm not sure. I really am not sure, and so I'm going to watch it. And either way, and I think for me, if we go back below 7,500. Or a daily close down there, then I think that we could see a deeper retrace, retest the lows, and then potentially we go lower. So that's Bitcoin. Let's quickly look at Ethereum. Ethereum's been super strong too, and I'm feeling the same about Ethereum. And not only that, but Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin as well. So I've got my fib retraces on Ethereum. Where have we got? So Ethereum's in a slightly different position, because if we take this most recent swing lower, we're above the 236, which should be support. But if we go and put it on the high highs to the low lows, then the 236 fib and the 200 moving average line up at 609. For me, I think that's going to be a bit of a magnet level. So I think, you know, in between these daily moving averages, we'll see a little bit of a pullback in Ethereum, US dollar, and I do think that then we go a little bit higher to 609. So yeah, we're in between. We've got flat daily moving averages. There is no trend. So we look for where support is and where resistance is. So for example, in Ethereum, we're going to look at this most recent 5-wave swing higher. So I'm going to look from this low to this high. So 493 and 468 in Ethereum, and 468 is my favorite one. So 493, 468. So let's see if we can see a shallow pullback, and then 468, and then we turn higher again. Peter Lewis says he pulled £1,600 out of Coinbase in under 24 hours. Well, that's much improved then. I've been doing it over the counter, but that's very good. Well done. Okay, so let's quickly whip through the big coins. Ripple has done the same. You know, Ripple, I'm expecting a 2-wave correction, but Ripple doesn't seem to be giving many gains back. If we look at where we are on the daily, again, though, we're at that daily 50 moving average. We're going to see a bit of a sideways here, a bit lower, I think, find some support this week, and then I'm looking for Ripple to continue higher. What's impressed me about Ripple from this most recent swing lower is we're above the 236. That does say that we're not in a downtrend anymore in Ripple, and we should keep going higher. Chris says the only difference between 2018 and 2014 is 2018 moon. Yeah. Russ says only 5% of the time does the retrace stop at the 236. Okay. Everybody's complaining about everything tonight. Okay. I still use it. Okay, it doesn't always stop there, but I think if you get a reversal that rolls your moving averages, it's a very good first target. I would say, though, if that 236 is valid and it doesn't stop at it, when a market goes through a 236 level, it usually backtests it from the other side, so you know it's looking at it. And so that's what I think. Dimitri says his Coinbase withdrawal limit is €100,000. Yeah, right. Once you're verified, so if you're completely verified, but the problem is a lot of people last year couldn't get verified. And then they weren't doing it for people. So, you know, I agree. It's getting better and better. And can I tell you, that's going to be the biggest thing that's going to turn this market around and make it go up again. The easier it becomes to transact between fiat and cryptocurrencies, the more comfortable people will be putting their money in. Like putting your money into exchange and not being able to get it back in dollars. Who's going to do that? Nobody's going to do that. So Ripple, sideways at moving averages, battling our way higher. Same thing. Ripple, but I'm okay with these being wrong. So no, you didn't miss Litecoin. I've got Litecoin on in euro, Litecoin in US dollar is both in triangle consolidation. and we need to see